Hello and welcome to another session of Fridays with Fathers. Sorry we're a little late. It was kind of a crazy day. We had a lot of stuff going on today. Actually, in the past few days, I've had a lot of phone calls about marriage and in some special circumstances. So people ask me all the time, can I get married? I have this special circumstance going on. I'd like to talk a little bit about what those guidelines, what those rules are. So first of all, a Catholic person is required to be married before a priest or deacon and two witnesses. If they're not married before a priest or deacon and two witnesses, we would consider that marriage invalid. So if a Catholic person decides to get married in civil court, then we would show that marriage to be invalid. Now, what you can do, there are a couple of options. First of all, if somebody is getting married in civil court or in a synagogue or in a park someplace, they can ask for permission. That is what's called a dispensation from canonical form. They can ask for permission to get married in a different context. So, for example, if you are a Catholic person and your spouse-to-be is a Lutheran, let's say, you could ask for permission of the Archdiocese of Chicago to dispense with that particular rule. And then, following with the paperwork, there's always paperwork, I gotta tell you. There's always paperwork. And so if the paperwork is filed and the couple meets with the priest or deacon, well, then what happens is you can celebrate your wedding in the Lutheran church or civil court or whatever. Celebrate your wedding there, and it will be recognized by the Catholic Church. Once again, you have to contact a priest or a deacon before the wedding happens. Now, what happens if, for example, you, a Catholic person, have married a Lutheran person and said, wow, I didn't know that rule was in place. I'd really like to get my marriage validated by the Catholic Church. Can I do that? Yes, you can. So you're already married in the Lutheran Church. Go to your local pastor, go to your church, and then we will celebrate what's called a convalidation. That is, we will validate that wedding. So what would happen is we would treat it just like any other wedding. You'd probably meet with the priest a couple of times, go through some type of marriage prep, gather your documents, and then we would celebrate your marriage in the Catholic Church. Now, some might ask, well, I'm not marrying a Lutheran person. I'm marrying somebody who is not Christian. Marrying either a Jewish person or a person who is Hindu or Muslim. Can I do that? Yes, you can. Once again, come to your pastor and tell him your situation, that you're marrying somebody who's not Christian. We would celebrate that wedding either here or, once again, ask for permission to celebrate it someplace else and have it recognized. And then you would treat that wedding just like any other wedding. However, because the person is not Christian, we would definitely suggest that you not celebrate Mass. The reason why is because the non-Catholic side of the family wouldn't know any of the prayers, wouldn't know any of the responses, and it would be a kind of a strange situation for them. So we would always move to have a service without communion rather than to celebrate Mass. So I realize that there's all kinds of different situations out there. The best option really is to talk to your pastor as you are considering your marriage. There are a few special cases. Some people ask me, well, can you celebrate Mass in a picnic grove? Can you celebrate Mass out at, jumping out of a plane at 3 o'clock in the morning? We really insist on marriage happening in a sacred place for two reasons. One, for a place to keep the paperwork, and number two, we want to make sure that a Christian marriage, a Catholic marriage, is celebrated in a sacred space, celebrated well, and not just a secular space. Some people also will call me up and say, well, what are the requirements? What do I need? And I always joke with them, well, you need a fiancé. I've got a fiancé. Perfect, you're halfway home. So you need a fiancé, first of all. Eventually, you'll have to get a new baptismal certificate. It's possible that mom or dad have your original shoved in the back of a drawer someplace and it's all yellow and wrinkly. We can't use that one. We need you to get a new baptismal certificate. Then you also have to get a Cook County marriage license. Even though you may live in another county, such as DuPage or Kane, if the marriage is happening here in Cook County, you need a Cook County license. Also, you'll be asked to go through some type of marriage preparation class, and then your marriage happens. And it won't happen in just a week. We ask for a minimum of 6 months of preparation just to make sure people are slowing down, people are considering the commitment that they're making, and that people are doing this not in a way that is rash or off the cuff. I often tell brides and grooms, and my record is 5 days. There was somebody who came in on a Tuesday wanting to get married the next Saturday. And I always tell them that the Illinois State Police will tell you, speed kills, so slow down. So actually, like I said, there's all kinds of different scenarios, and I'm only talking for a few minutes about marriage in the Catholic Church. Every case is different. So if you have a question, if you have a concern, please contact me or one of the people on staff here, and we'll try to answer your question as accurately as we can, because like I say, every case is different. But the most wonderful thing I find about weddings, and I love celebrating weddings, is when people are gathered together in Jesus' name to celebrate the love that God has given to them. It really is a wonderful privilege. It really is a wonderful blessing. So if you are considering marriage, or even just thinking about it at this point in time, please once again contact a priest or deacon to find out the information that you will need. Every county is different. And so every county has different rules about who can and cannot be married. And so please contact us. So once again, if you are contemplating marriage, God bless you, because this is a wonderful sacrament that you're going to participate in. God bless you and have a great day. Bye-bye now.